this is something that I've been meaning to talk about, and this is a platform actually that I was like, no, actually, I'm gonna talk about this because mental health is an issue, and I feel like it happens to everybody out there. It can happen to anyone, and when it does happen, it doesn't knock. When it does happen, it doesn't just give you a signal. It happens. There's just a lot of ways that it can happen, and I feel like we should talk about these things because wow, students are killing themselves and it's so scary. And it's a scary thought when you think about it. And to me, you can't say people are being CC, you can't say people are being selfish by doing this. Clearly, they are going through the most, and then we should look into this. Clearly, whatever that it is that makes them to do this, it is just beyond their control. And I feel like at the end of the day, someone wanna hear something. Someone wanna be told that no, actually, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna, because this is it's a topic that it's like I can say somehow I can relate to it because you know to me it's not that this thing you always happy. To me, it's not the thing that you always excited. You always chanting. So there's a whole lot of idea that when you are depressed, you're always crying, and this means that when you are depressed, there's only one way of being depressed, and that's a myth on its own because depression can come in so many ways, and that on its own should be challenged, and we should create platforms. I mean, like, we are trying that one. I can't excuse that. We are trying so hard to create platforms where we communicate with people, where we're trying to say that people should reach out. And again, the responsibility here, it lies on the victim. The responsibility here, it lies on the person who's going through this. It lies on the person who's like, wow, so now I want to end my life. You I think it's just a moment where you just, the pain, the pressure, or whatever it is that you're going through, it's just so much for you. You can't take it anymore. And it is so sad. It is so sad because at that point, you don't look at these other great things that are happening in your life. And that on its own can be very dangerous. So, suppose that, as I said, that it can happen to anyone. As I said, that it can happen to anyone. It doesn't choose. It doesn't have a selection criteria. And the fun thing, or rather, the thing that can be very disturbing around it is that these people who are going through this thing, most of them, they seem to be the happiest. They seem to be people who, I don't know, who had it figured out, and and everyone just assume that you're doing okay. And even when you're trying to reach out to people, it's like, no, you're gonna be fine. And I feel like even this line that you're gonna be fine, this line that you need to psych it up, on its own, it's like you're just taking it back to depression. You understand? And our vocabulary around depression, our vocabulary around people who are not feeling okay should change. We should try to be very understanding and try to speak to these people and try to make them aware that actually there is someone who cares, there is someone who wanna listen to you. And when you listen to someone, people like it, be objective. When you listen to someone, be objective, don't be subjective, because You know, don't say, you know, I once went through that as well, and this is what I did. It's not about you at that time. At that time, it's about that person. At that time, it's about that person, what he or she is going through. So we should be very, very conscious when we speak with people, you know, and allow them to vent if that's what they want to do. Allow them to tell their story. Allow them to say, no, it's fine, it's fine. At the end of the day, it's gonna be fine. It might not be fine now, you know. Maybe you need to go and sleep. Maybe you need to go and speak to someone. And hence this video is specifically for students, because students, what they're doing or mostly, it's wow, you know. And I don't think that this is something that started happening now. I feel like it has been happening, but you know, with social media just bring everything in our faces. So it is that thing that, oh, yeah, actually it is happening out there, you know. You're no longer living in a bubble that, oh, so people are killing themselves, so this is happening. So it's something that we should foster. It's something that we should tell people that, no, if you're not okay, you can speak to me. And again, I can't say frequently, but then sometimes just try checking up on your friends. Sometimes just try to check how they're doing. You know, is everything okay? Are you sure if everything is okay? Do you need help? You know. And one thing that I've learned is that sometimes we isolate ourselves. Sometimes we say that we are okay because we know we judge that sometimes when people, they want to help us, they want to get something out of us, of which sometimes it's not the case. Sometimes people, they genuinely want to help you. You know, sometimes people, they just want to help you without getting anything from you. It is okay and it is real, you know. So we should try, you know, to make sure that people are comfortable talking with us, you know. It could be any, and again, sometimes you don't even have to say anything. You just have to keep quiet and listen to the other person talk, vent, you know. And yeah, let the person sink into that moment. Then after the moment, you know, because I feel like sometimes, well, with a lot of students, this is just what I assume, with a lot of students, it could be that, you know, maybe at home things are not going so fine, you know. Sometimes friends, sometimes the academics could be a lot, you know. And you should be able to see through that. You should be able to see that I have a problem. You should be able to say, now actually, no, this is so wrong on so many levels. Because when you realize that I have a problem, you have already found the solution. This is how I feel about it. You have already found the solution, because now you realize that I have a problem. Then what's the next step? You know, then when you realize, okay, fine, I have found I have a problem, then what's the next step? Then the next step, then that's when you say, okay, fine, maybe I need to speak to my friend, maybe I need to speak to my mom. Because this is another thing. Not everybody has a support structure. Not everybody can call home. Not everybody can speak to a friend, you know. And then there are facilities, you know, I will assume each and every campus that can help you, you know, talk about these things. You don't have to go through this alone. And the lesson, being vulnerable, it's not a weakness. It's not a weakness. You crying, you saying that this is how I feel, it's not a weakness. That is just the emotion, and you need to embrace it because it's part of you. You know, be fully as a human. Don't deny some side of your human and say, no, I'm gonna psych it up. Because the thing is, when you keep on accumulating it, eventually it busts. And you're like, but you were quiet all along, you know. So you need to communicate with people and tell people. If you feel like your friends are gonna be judgmental to you, you can go to these facilities. You can call. There's an online call for depression, where you could call and they could talk to you, and they're very helpful. I've tried it before. It helped me a lot of times. So, and this is a thing that you should do. This is a thing that you should allow yourself to I don't know, like, just tell yourself that it's not the end of it. It's not the end of the world. Eventually you're gonna master this. Eventually you're gonna say, yes, I've made it. Yes, I'm here. And even going forward, even going forward on its own, it's something that is very necessary. And then remember, there's no one who's rushing you. No one is rushing you to anything. No one is rushing you to work hard. No one is rushing you to, I don't know, obtain a degree in a record time. And it is just up in your mind. You should take off your mind and make sure that your mind is well cultivated in a way that, I don't know, it suits you. Because, wow, we can't be having more students killing themselves. We can't be having more students killing themselves. So yeah, this was just me touching on this idea of, not this idea actually, this depression thing that has been happening. I don't excuse the fact that it is happening. I don't excuse that it is real. It is real. But then again, let's come forward, people. Let's talk. Let's conversate. And I know we're different, and different therapies work for us. If you praying, it's your therapy, pray. If you taking a walk, it's your therapy, take a walk. If you, I don't know, ushisa impepho, it's your therapy, shisa impepho, you understand? If it's any form of therapy that you wanna choose, any form of therapy that works best for you, use it. Use that therapy. Guys, your mental health is way important more than your academics. It's way important that you make sure that your mind stays focused. It's way important that you make sure that your mind is taking in the right things. It's very important. You are light. You're more than what you think. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching this video. This was basically my touch on depression and students lately. So yeah, thank you.